really debated on whether or not to make this video because this is something that's just so personal to me, and as much as I love sharing my life and my experiences with you guys, sometimes it can be overwhelming to get so many different people's opinions at once. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's more worth it to have the opportunity to help someone out and make someone else feel like they're not alone in their struggle than to worry about what someone is going to say about me. So I just kind of wanted to sit down with you guys and give you an update on my life. I've struggled with acne since I was like 12, 13, like really when I started puberty, and I'm turning 21 this year and I'm still like dealing with it. It's always been kind of an on and off thing, but it's always been consistent. It'll go away for a little bit, like I'll try something new and then it will come back. I feel like for me it's very genetic, and I feel like it's also maybe hormonal. I literally don't know what it's like to have clear skin. I think last year I had clear skin for like a month. Looking back at those photos and videos, I'm like, I can't relate. I've tried everything under the sun. I've tried every skincare routine. I've gotten facials weekly, monthly, gotten professional extractions. I've gotten like the vampire facial, which is supposed to be like life-changing. I've changed my diet. I've been vegan. I've been not vegan. I've eaten no oil. I've eaten like healthy fats. I've changed my pillowcase every night. Wash my makeup brushes every day. I sanitize my phone. I don't put it on my face. I don't touch my face. I'm literally the most dedicated person to skincare ever. I never miss a night. I can come home at 4 in the morning and I'll do my full skincare routine, take off my makeup, put on stuff, go to bed. I went to acupuncture for multiple months and that did help with a lot of other stuff, but my acne still was there. I went to the dermatologist and I tried the whole like antibiotic thing. That didn't work. I tried the topical prescriptions. Those didn't work for me. And it's not like things just like don't work. It's like maybe it'll work for a little bit, but then it won't work. So I remember last year I was going to a professional esthetician and I was like getting facials very regularly. I was still getting these breakouts and I was just like, what is wrong? And I remember the girl said, have you ever thought about Accutane? And I was like, instantly like, oh my god, I would never do that. Like, what do you mean? There's so much bad press surrounding this drug, and if you've never heard of it, like, be grateful you've never had to deal with this. But it's basically like the strongest thing you can do for acne. It's a prescription medication. It's basically like a really high dose of vitamin A. That's how people describe it. It's not like you're taking like a supplement though, it's like a drug. And also Accutane is just a brand name that they actually don't sell anymore. The actual drug is, I think it's isotretinoin, and there's different brands under that, but it's most commonly known as Accutane. She was like, yeah, you know, you could just go on a small dose. I think it would really help you because we've been doing all this stuff. I know you've been adjusting your diet. We've got you on this good skincare and nothing is working. So I remember just being like, I don't know, like that's so crazy. This was about exactly a year ago. And I just remember at that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try like going to acupuncture regularly. I'm going to try different things with my diet even more. And I'm just going to try to find a natural way to deal with this. But I just always kept that like filed away. Like, okay, maybe. So for the past year, I've been like thinking about it and researching it. So then I remember over the summer, I was going to acupuncture regularly and my skin did definitely get better. Then again, like it stopped working and I started getting these breakouts again. And for me, they're always like here. So the front of my face is always pretty clear. And I feel like this is where I would break out as a teenager or like in the puberty years. This is like where you can get oily. Like if you break out on your forehead, it can mean you're dehydrated. Like forehead clear, nose clear, like this whole area usually clear. It's always like on the side for me and on my jaw and sometimes on my neck, like not a vibe. And that's very hormonal acne. Then like at the end of the summer, I started getting this again and I was like, what the fuck? Like I've been doing everything right. Like my diet's good. My digestion has improved so much. I'm doing everything right and like it's still coming back. So then I remember I just kept running into people or like talking to people and they would be like, oh yeah, I did Accutane. And they would have like perfect skin. And I was like, and way more people in my life had done it than I had even known, because to me it was just this scary drug that only if you have really, really bad cystic acne, you go on that. It doesn't have to be this like really scary thing. Obviously it should not be taken lightly, but like there's just so much bad press around it. So I started just doing a lot of research and really talking to the people in my life who had done it, and just more and more things started happening. Like I kept seeing it, I kept hearing about it, and I was just getting more and more frustrated with my skin. Like I didn't want to film or vlog without makeup because it was just embarrassing. Like I didn't want to go to the gym without makeup because, like not a full face, but like concealer, because it's just like, it's embarrassing. Especially when people say shit to you, like both online and like in real life. It's already such an insecurity, and especially when you know you're doing everything you can and people are like, well, have you tried this? Like, have you ever thought about this? And it's like, they already have clear skin, they don't know. It's like people think you don't wash your face, or like people think you eat really bad, but it's like, those aren't necessarily the only factors that go into it. So after many meltdowns and just being so fed up with this, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like do it. This is like after a year of thinking about it, of researching, and mind you, this is after years of trying stuff as well. So I decided to go on it, and it's not something that you can just lightly go on, especially for women. You cannot get pregnant under this. You literally go to the dermatologist for your initial appointment. They take your blood, like do some tests, make sure you're not pregnant or anything. And you have to wait a month to start it. So you have to be really, really dedicated. And then every month you have to go in and get your blood tested and check in. So they do monitor you very closely. Yeah, that's my life now. I would so much rather go on this. They said for me, I would only have to be on it for like 5 or so months. And it's the perfect timing to where, like, my birthday's in July, I'm turning 21. I feel like I'm entering a new chapter of like adulthood. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like I want to be done with this issue. Like, I don't want to have to wake up and think about this every day, and I don't want to deal with this insecurity anymore. Like, I'm just so sick of it. It's just like perfect timing. Like, everything was very aligned, and again, just like all the people I kept running into that were on it, like, it just seemed like the right thing to do. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I want to do like monthly vlogs or check-ins and just kind of document my progress. Obviously I'm wearing makeup right now, but here's a photo of my skin right now. I'm like a little over halfway my first month in, and so far I definitely have noticed I feel a lot more thirsty. What I've been told online and both by people in my life who've done this is you basically just feel very dehydrated. So like my lips, like that's a huge thing. Your lips get very dry. My skin, especially when I put makeup on, I notice it's a lot more dry, and like I've had to switch my whole skincare, like using only very gentle moisturizing cleansers for dry skin, and I've been using jojoba oil, argan oil, and rosehip oil, eye cream, and then like a lot of like very deep moisturizing lip products, obviously like lotion for your body. I definitely feel a lot more dehydrated and just like the dry skin and dry lips. It's not like overwhelming, but it's like I definitely notice a difference so far. Also, you technically like can drink on this medication, but you're just like advised not to because you're already so dehydrated. So I remember like a couple nights ago I went to an event and I had 1 glass of wine. It was probably cheap wine as well, but I woke up the next morning and I had a headache. Your skin becomes very sensitive to the sun, but again, because I've already been so dedicated to a skincare routine, wearing SPF every day, not drinking, like doing all these things for my skin, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like my life has changed so much so far. One thing I am kind of like, I don't know, nervous about is just the gym, because a lot of people say you experience sore joints or like a sore back on this. I actually started taking fish oil as well, just as a precaution. So far in the gym, I haven't had an issue. I've just been staying extra hydrated. I haven't really noticed a difference in my skin yet, except for that it just feels a little more dry. And that's it so far. So yeah, I'm just low-key very excited to be on this and just kind of use these next few months as a time just for myself, and like really focusing on my health and making sure that I'm just like good physically, emotionally, like everything. And then I turned 21 and then bitch, it's lit. But yeah, I know a lot of people disagree with pharmaceuticals and the pharmaceutical industry, and I think that's really good. I just think so many things can be cured holistically, and I would always suggest to go to those options first, especially with something like this. Like if you've tried everything, like I've even tried the antibiotics, the topicals that are prescribed, and like only until you've tried everything else would I recommend going to this. It's like if you get a couple pimples before your period, it's not like, oh my god, I need to go on Accutane, you know? Look into your diet, look into acupuncture, look into, you know, are you washing your makeup brushes and your pillowcase regularly? Are you using the right skincare products for you and your skin type? Look into all of that before you go on this, because it is a serious drug and it's not something to be taken lightly. Like I'm literally taking this as a last resort because I'm motherfucking done. And yeah, I guess I am just like kind of nervous to share this because it is such a personal thing. People love to share their opinion, and also some people love to I don't know, be critical. But again, if this can help somebody and make them feel less alone and just make them aware of other options, then it's worth it to me. And I think, you know, hopefully these videos over the next few months will be educational, and I'm just kind of excited to see what happens and see the difference I feel, and also like with the side effects. Like I just really want to document all of this. So that's my life update. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all the real ones out there who are understanding. And if you are dealing with acne or any sort of like insecurity or like henty thing, just know that you're not alone. And like, I don't know, sometimes I would feel really lonely. It's like you'll have friends that literally don't eat well or sleep in their makeup or like don't have a skincare routine, and they have like flawless skin, and you're doing all this stuff and like saying no to going out and like feeling like you can't go anywhere without concealer and you still like don't have good skin at the end of the day. It's just so frustrating. But yeah, just know that you're not alone if you're experiencing that. I'll link a few of my favorite people down below on social media that have been documenting their experiences or have just very informative videos about Accutane if you want to hear more. But yeah, I definitely want to share my journey with you guys. And if you want to see an updated skincare routine, because I did like switch all my products, let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.